Was good, yeah. So here we go into another video, and for those that might have already noticed is that I'm a bit unsynced. The reason for that is because I was incapable of recording Ronaldo's audio, which means we ended up with a clip of me talking and him saying absolutely nothing, which obviously isn't the way this is supposed to go. But enough of the big stuff. Let's have a look at what we're looking at. We're going to be checking out Ingrid's GvG interactions because there's been a lot of interest in regards to what she actually does here. And for the very first one, we'll be going straight into this first defense that actually requires her to have her her AoE range. So in this defense, it is required for her to keep her AoE range, and would she change, she wouldn't actually be able to hit. And that is basically what we'll be having a look at now. Alright, so here we go into the fight. Honestly, the big issue here is you can also see we're doing the tower stage. You might be wondering why we aren't doing like the popular stage, the changed normal tower stage, or we're doing century keep. Why aren't we doing tower? The reason, for whatever reason, is that on test server you can't. On test server we still have the old GvG stages, so I wish I could show you the footage there, but that has to wait until we do actually get Ingrid released. And yeah, so as far as you can see, Ingrid still is in her single target mode. She still proceeds to hit. Praetus obviously is doing his thing, and she's not swapping. So she is going to, at least here, consistently stay in her AoE mode. And also, as you can see, the demon soldiers weren't low leveled, right? We still had everyone at epics, at least at a minimum of 3, legendaries at 1, and affiliated with high BP getting closer to the 100,000s. And yeah, even though most of the units died, it truly doesn't matter all that much, because Ingrid is there to just do disgusting amounts of damage to basically everyone. And that's basically the conclusion for the first part. She doesn't change her face. She has disgusting numbers, and she's gonna be a menace in GvG. Alright, now it's time for the second team, and the way we place the second team, or the way Ronaldo places units, is that even though they aren't affiliated, because test server is still full of glitches and bugs, we were able to test out the interaction between her swapping her faces if she needs to. So for example, Ingrid right here, she will be able to hit the line, yes, but what if the unit passes, right? She will be able to hit the 3 tiles in front of her, but what if the unit actually runs to the side out of her range? What happens? And you can already see it there. She already swapped her face. So there seems to be some form of, like, you could say, advanced AI in a sense. Some form of advanced AI to her actually changing her range. So she's changed the range here so that she continuously is able to hit the units. And even with the second unit coming in that would have been able to be hit again, she still didn't change her face. Alright, so here we are in the next one, and that is going to be, she did change her face to attack a single target, but what does she do then? Does she change her range back to AoE? And at least the way it looks like is no, she doesn't. She continues to stay in her solar, moon, whatever phase. So this leaves the question of, can she change her face multiple times even? Like, for example, if you were to bait her into being single target and then just swarm the enemy, is that possible? It's a bit hard to say, but at least proof of concept is she has some type of like advanced GvG AI thing built in, at least something where she somehow checks out how many enemies she is facing, or at least if she will be able to face certain enemies if she changes her face. And at least that's the way she works at the moment. And it's at least better than her swapping her face every single time. So yeah, she's at least to a certain extent viable. How viable exactly still needs to be seen, but I'm pretty certain she's gonna turn into a menace.